Okay, so in this route that we're going to be looking at, we are going from Chatham Road E18 to Pardoe Road E10. Now, this route has come up recently. Students reported that it came up in their assessment in September 2025. It's not a particularly difficult route and it's quite short. There are a few traps, so let's get started. As always, the first thing that we want to do is to draw our straight line from the green marker to the red marker. So this is the line that we should try to stay as close as possible to when we are planning our route. So now that we've drawn that line, let's zoom in and take a look. So we can see that we're starting off here next to the A46. We have a dual carriageway. So the first trap obviously is that if you don't zoom in, you might miss that the marker, the green marker, is not on the main road, is not on the dual carriageway, the A46, but it's here on this side road, which is Chatham Road, obviously. So that's the first thing. Now, if we take a look at our surroundings, what we can see is obviously we want to head towards the red, and there are a few options. We have this roundabout nearby to us, which we can access at some point, and we have the main road here, which is connected to this side street that's next to us. So what should we do? Well, I can see that this road here runs down. This is the A1199. Okay, it runs about. There's also another road here, Snaresbrook Road, which is accessible, as we can see. It's accessible, and we can take that road, and it will bring us very close to our line. And then we can turn left, continue along this main road, continue along the main road, and then finally take this left here, and cross over onto the other side, and take a final left turn onto Pardoe Road. And the route that we just planned tracks quite closely to our first line, which is what we're using as our planning. So now that we've done the planning, let's go ahead and actually draw this route. So obviously, as always, delete your planning line. Do not leave it on there because you will lose marks. Zoom in. So you want to make sure that you're always zooming in whenever you're starting to draw your route. Okay, so now that we've zoomed in, we can begin drawing. And remember, the road that we said that we're going to turn on is Snaresbrook Road. So we zoom out here, we can see Snaresbrook. So we're just going to turn into here. Obviously, being careful here that we don't touch the central reservation. As you can see, there is a central reservation. And we are going to continue. If you do get lost at any point, you can just zoom out, and then you can see, look, there's the marker. That is where we're heading to. So we're just going to continue on towards here. And finally, before you finish your route, always zoom in so that you don't miss any important details. There could be closed roads, dead ends, anything. So look, as we're turning in here, and there you go. That's what your route should look like. Okay, so pretty straightforward, not a difficult route. There is also an alternative route that you can take. So when you come out of here, if you wanted to, you could go up instead and then take Chelmsford Road, then take another left onto the roundabout, and then use the roundabout to join this road here, A104, and then connect on. Both of those are acceptable. You could argue that this one is more direct, or you could argue the other one is slightly more direct. In my opinion, they're equally direct. So there you go. Just two main traps, of course. At the beginning, you cannot join onto the A406 dual carriageway because, as you can see, there is no access there. Okay, and if you decide to go north here, just remember you cannot turn onto here. That would be a fatal mistake because, again, there is no access. As you can see, that thick black line means this road is on top of this road here, which is, of course, covered in our course under the section of roads on top. So you should be able to understand this. So for those of you who are preparing for topographical assessment, if you're interested in practicing the most common topographical routes which come up again and again, we have put together a full topographical course, and this includes 30 of the most common topographical routes which come up again and again in the assessment. You will be able to practice these on the map, on the same map that you'll have in the assessment. You'll also be able to watch tutorial videos which explain to you all of the rules for drawing on the topographical map, so the different features and how to navigate these features. Apart from the topographical routes, you'll also be able to watch tutorial videos on how to answer the A to Z book questions using the A to Z book, and then you'll also be able to practice actual A to Z book questions and also the compass-based MCQs as well. And then at the end, you will have access to 3 full mock tests, just like the real assessment, where you're drawing routes, answering MCQs, and also answering A to Z book questions. So if your test is coming up, I would strongly recommend you to take a look at this course. If you have any questions, you can read all about the course on the website. I'll put a link down below. Also take a look at some of the results of our students who have used the course and passed, and see what sort of marks they have gotten. If you're also looking for the CERU, we do have a combination course which provides everything that you need to pass both the topographical and the CERU. At the moment, that package is on a promotion which is 50% off until the end of this year, at which point the price will be going back up. So if you have any more questions, you can always contact us by calling us on 0203965702 or going onto the website and then clicking on this WhatsApp button.